I just felt so much better and I was able to sleep that night. And yeah, so I haven't done anything like that since. Anyway, back to running and stuff like that. So when I went back to high school in 11th grade, because I gotten tired of being homeschooled, I was getting depressed. That was when I went through like my little emo phase, and because I went to like an art school too, so it was a little much. I got really depressed because I didn't like it. I didn't like being at home. There was no socialization. So yeah, I went back to high school in 11th grade. I became a cheerleader. I had cheered when I was younger until 5th grade, and then I stopped in middle school because my best friend stopped. It was stupid, but I was stupid back then, so let's just forget about that. So yeah, I became a cheerleader, and that and running were my activities. I absolutely loved cheerleading. I don't know, having to be forced to be happy kind of makes you a happier person, you know? Kind of like, I don't know. Anyway. So, I met my husband in 11th grade, actually. I met him October of that year. That's when we started dating. And he took elective gym that year. Well, the year after that, because he was in 10th grade. No, because I took elective gym in my senior year. I don't know, but he had started lifting, and I had still been running up to that point. Like, I had a gym membership. I went to the gym every day, and I ran. But he knew all about lifting and stuff, and so I was like, how can I, I want to look like a Victoria's Secret model. I know I'm skinny. I know that, running helps me, but I want to look like them. How can I do that? So, and this was around the same time I took elective gym. No, I took elective gym after he made me workouts. So he ended up making me like little workout circuits that I did, like the machines around the gym, and I did my cardio and all that stuff. And I did that for a month or two, and then he would make me a new one, sets, reps, everything included. He helped me clean up my eating, because I think up until 11th grade, 11th or 12th grade, I had been a vegetarian. I'm getting this timeline all fudged up. Forgive me, please. But anyway, I did that for like a year, and when that didn't work, he was like, well, you can lift with me, you can do what I do. So I started lifting with him, and I have been lifting ever since. It's the best outlet I could ever think of. I love it. I fell in love with it. And I had been a vegetarian up until that point. So that was, I was a vegetarian until I graduated high school. So that was when I started lifting with him, was when I was in cosmetology school. Yes. Okay. We're back on track now. I started lifting with him when I was in cosmetology school. And up until that point, I had been a vegetarian. That was like 5 years. That started when I was in 8th grade, I believe. 8th or 9th grade. Something like that. And he was like, you'd really see more progress if you were eating meat. And I was like, yes, I know, but the animals, the cute little animals. And so it got to the point where, because I was being so active and lifting with him and doing cardio, I started to feel very like sluggish and tired and just not good, how you just, sometimes after a workout you just feel very sluggish and tired. That's how I felt all the time. And he was like, you might be missing, like, you're lacking some sort of vitamin or mineral or something that you're probably not getting from your vegetarian food, your soy crap. Uh, so he started making me like chicken at his house once a week because we would hang out on Sundays. Can't talk today. Yeah, he started making me chicken and vegetables once a week at his house, and that just sort of then became an everyday thing. End of me being a vegetarian. In 2013, we competed in our first competition together, and it was great. I loved it. I had been a Hooters girl up until March of that year, and I competed in the bikini competitions there. And when our restaurant closed, I really missed them. So Kevin was like, well, these girls that you follow on Instagram, they compete in bikini competitions. You could do that too. I'll do one with you. So we picked a show. We prepped for 12 weeks. I don't know. It's 2 years ago. My mind is like a empty vat. But we prepped for the show. We competed. I didn't place in that one, but in all honesty, I wasn't ready. My body wasn't ready. I hadn't been lifting long enough. My metabolism wasn't high enough, and I was probably eating too much. But it was a really good experience, and I wouldn't have traded it for the world because I absolutely fell in love with it. After I got on that stage, I knew that I wanted to do another one. So yeah, that happened, and then, we went back to our normal routine. Okay, so my camera shut off because it was too hot, and now we shall continue. So after our show, we went back to our normal routine, and 2014 rolled around. I had gained a ton of weight back. I think I was 138, 140, which on my 5'3" frame is not cute. I kind of let myself go after our show. I didn't track my macros anymore, and during prep I had been like bro dieting, so I was like, the food. Whenever Kevin got Arby's, he got Arby's a lot. I always helped him eat the fries, and yeah, so I got up to 138, 135, 140, that area. We had wanted to do another show, so I started I started trying to lean down again that February. I want to say January or February. And so we wanted to do another show, but then Kevin no, that was last year. No, because he's been in... Yeah. Okay, so... Sorry, I'm like so confused. But yeah, so then that May, Kevin decided that that March, he decided that he was going to join the Army. It was something that he had always wanted to do. Back when we were in high school, though, I was really immature, and I was like, if you join the military, I'm going to leave you because I can't wait around. That was stupid. I love him to death, and any amount of time apart is worth it when you love someone. So at this point, I was completely okay with it. I had come around to the idea. He had been talking about it for months. I knew it would be a good thing for our future, so I was like, you know what? If you want to do it, I 100% support you. So that's what he did. He went and he joined the Army, and that May he shipped out to basic training. I continued all my workouts by myself, completely threw out the idea of doing a show. I wasn't going to do it by myself. It was something that we did together, and mentally I just wasn't ready to do it by myself either. I was too focused on trying to lean down and just stay healthy, which is honestly a good thing. That whole year off, I grew so much, muscle-wise and mentally, obviously. it showed me that I was a lot stronger than I ever thought I was. When you have to go a long time without someone you love, it really teaches you a lot about yourself. He was gone for 6 months, and he came back in November. Yeah, November of 2014, right before Thanksgiving. So we got to spend the holidays together, and it was during that 6 months that he was gone that I came across flexible dieting, if it fits your macros, and I started, kind of just listening to my body and figuring out what it needs. I had cut my calories down a lot from what I prepped on, because those should not have been my prep macros or calories, whatever you want to call it. It just should have, they were too high. At that point, they were basically bulking macros. Okay, and now my now my camera battery died. So, phone quality, sorry. Okay. Having technical difficulties. There. Okay. Oh, no, I was talking about flexible dieting. Okay, so that was when he was gone. That's when I found flexible dieting, if it fits your macros. And I started just really listening to my body. I already knew that my body responded better to low carb than low fat. My body really likes fat. Makes sense because I've always loved peanut butter. I could eat the whole jar. So once I discovered that, I never looked back. And I still had issues with certain foods at that point, but they were starting to dissipate thanks to flexible dieting, because, nothing was off limits now. Could eat whatever I wanted as long as it fit my macros. So I had finally gotten my calories right. Kevin had taught me how to figure out my macros and calculate all the numbers and stuff like that. So I used that. I changed them when I thought it was necessary. And that was the end of that. Haven't looked back. Still follow if it fits your macros, flexible dieting. So then to quickly catch up to this year, after Kevin came back, I think in January, we decided we were going to do another show. We chose the East Coast Classic in Maryland, and I started prepping for that maybe only 11 weeks out. I was maintaining a fairly steady weight, around 114. I was still healthy. I was still building muscle, but I was still lean, which was cool. So I started prepping 11 or 10 weeks out for that, and fast forward, I took second place at that show, and then I took 2 or 3 weeks to reverse back to maintenance until I started prepping for our second show in October, where I took second at the Big Cat Classic. And yeah, here we are. I'm almost done with my reverse diet. Still trying to pick shows for next year. I have some in mind, but I need to finalize them. And yeah, that's where we're at. So that's how I got into fitness, my fitness journey, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I love you guys. Thanks for following me and my crazy personality. I don't even know. Whatever. Like this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. That did not make any sense. None. I don't even know. Like and subscribe if you like this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!